Welcome to Off-Grid Victory. So it's pecan season, or pecan season, whichever way you want to go. Here in the Ozarks, it's about late September, almost into October, and the pecans are starting to fall. So we had rain the other day. It was pretty windy, and so it dropped a lot of pecans. And so I wanted to show you how I do it, and how I pick out the good pecans from the bad pecans. And so I'll show you how to do that. All right, so first of all, here's the pecan tree, and let's see if I can get you a good specimen here. All right, so let's look at some of these nuts. So what you were looking for is some nice green. There's some junk here from a caterpillar, it looks like. But anyway, these green ones that haven't started to crack open, well, these have to stay on the tree. Now, as soon as the inside seams, don't mind the chickens, as soon as the inside seams start cracking like this, well, then it's ready to go. So what I'll do, see how easily I'm just taking that with one hand and de-hulling it. So that right there is a good pecan, and that's just going to go right into my bucket right here. So I've been collecting a few of these. Now, you've noticed I have some that are like this, that are in pretty good shape but haven't opened, but because of the wind they fell. Now these pecans are still good. You can take them inside and let it open, and you'll have good pecans out of it. But you'll also have bad pecans. So let me show you some of those. So for instance, this one, as you can see, it's all kind of brown. This one is actually easily, the hull is movable, so this may or may not be a bad one. Let's take a look. Okay, so we'll just go get my vice clips here and crack it, see how that goes. So I just cracked it, and you see this one's actually not bad. This is a good one. All right, so I'm going to save that, but a lot of times it won't be like that. So all right, so just in case you think I'm lying to you, let me go check some out. All right, so I've been throwing all the husks in this area, but so if you get something like this, this one, it looks like it's open, but it's not, because the green husk directly picked from the tree is the best way to ensure that you have a good pecan. But I'm gonna just see. So first of all, a bad pecan, you'll notice it doesn't really come off the husk very well. It doesn't separate from the seed. Okay, so I'm not going to bother anymore. And what I'll do is I'll just crack that open and I'll show you. Lo and behold, yeah, that's a bad pecan. As you can see, it's starting to decay. Worms are living in here. The weevils, they like to lay their eggs inside. And they do their work. So now here's another one. Here's an interesting one. This one might be okay. So let's try that one, because this one, you can see the husk is browned out mostly, but there's some green left in it. And the other way is just the weight. This feels weighty to me, so I bet you this is a good one. But let's just crack it open and show you. And yes, sure enough, there you go, if I could focus in. That's a good pecan, so I'm going to eat him later. Now, these you're going to have to leave to air dry for a week or so to get the flavors going in the pecan, because if you want to just eat it raw like this, it's still not very tasty. So this one I'll go ahead and save, but let's take a look at my other pile here. So the other thing is I like directly taking it off the tree when it's like that. I'll show you another one where you can easily haul this thing and get the pecan seed out. But here's one. Okay, so here's one. See how difficult it is for me to remove the husk here? All right, so let's crack this guy open and let me show you what's inside him. So yeah, just as I suspected, this one's completely bad. And once again, a weevil probably got in there, ate this guy up. So anyway, that's what I do to ensure that it is good. I try to pick it directly off the tree, but like I said, we had a nice windstorm here, so I decided to go after it myself and just pick all of the pecans up. Now, once in a while, you'll find a pecan that is just laying on the ground, especially after a windstorm. It may be good, so I would think to check that out. But to make sure that they are good, you want to pick guys like, let me see, okay, here's a good specimen right here. So you want to pick a guy like, oh, let's see if they can focus. Come on. There we go. You want to pick a guy like that. See how this one, it's starting to split open slightly. You can see that. This one above it, you see it's how it's completely, oh, come on, leaf. Bring you back up here. Sorry about all that camera work. So you see how this hasn't opened up at all? It's completely sealed. So that one I'm going to just leave on the tree. But this one, come on, leaf. This one that is opening, let me show you how that looks. I'm going to take that off. And so once again, I'm going to go ahead and hold these. And see how easily that removes from my hand. Just go ahead and throw that in there in the center, and I chuck them in the center just so I know that I've gotten to them. But anyway, if you miss a few, not a big deal, but that's what it should look like. Now what I will do is take them inside. Whoops, right here. I'll take it inside and let that season. So I'll take that and leave it for about a week or so, let it dry out, and we'll have a nice pecan to eat. So there you have it, pecan trees here in the Ozarks. Make sure that you get ripe ones. Make sure that if you can, pick them off the tree. One more, I see one more right up here. It's an easy picking, so I'll pick that up. Here's another one. So once again, if it's ripe, it's ready to go, that's what should happen. It should really haul out very easily, and there's your pecan. And yeah, just let these dry out for about a week and you'll have a nice flavorful pecan. Alrighty. Shalom. Bonus feature here. Got some nice little grubbies here, or oops, I guess weevils or insects. Yeah, a nice tasty treat. I guess if I was a true survivalist, I'd eat those, but obviously they're unclean. What I'll do is feed it to my chickens. Alrighty, shalom. Alright, another bonus feature, just like a stupid Marvel movie, you know, you gotta wait until the ending credits to find the first one, and then even more ending credits to find a second one. So, anyway, we had some rain. So, obviously, the ones that are green like this are gonna float. They may or may not be good. Most likely these are good, they just haven't opened up the husks. So I'm gonna fish those out, because these are gonna be okay, most likely. But here's some suspect ones. Well, these over here are clearly in the water, but these guys are not. So to give you an idea, and this one's kind of partially floating. So let's look at the partially floating and the fully floating like these. So let's take a look at that. Alrighty. Then we go get the pliers. No, so far so good. Let's see. Yeah, there's no buggies in this one, but it is floating for some reason. So there might have been a small hole in the nut, and therefore it didn't sink. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Now, here's an insect. Don't need him. And this one, these two, actually I cracked open, so they're gonna float. And this one right here, let's try this guy. And that guy's good too. Huh, interesting. So this float test obviously doesn't quite work well, because that one's okay. All right, we'll only have one more, so let's try that one out to see. Huh, all these float ones actually did okay. So maybe there was a small air pocket or something inside that's making it float. But all of these look okay. Man, I just wasted some pecans. Anyway, I thought that would be another test, but it didn't work. I know these down here are going to be okay, so I'll eat those. Alrighty, shalom.